Greetings sports fans, Sir Mitzla here from Mahalo Video Games, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sony's PS3 exclusive MLB 11 The Show. So sit back, relax, and get ready for a home run.
MLB 11 returns with much anticipation as the highly regarded baseball simulator continues to improve itself year after year. The newest addition is the use of the pure analog control system. Now the right analog stick gives you total control over the fielding, throwing, pitching, batting, and even base running. This control scheme works to perfection as you finally feel as though you have complete control over every aspect of the game. Fielding throws are now made by flicking the right analog stick in the direction of the base you want to throw to. Holding down the stick longer gives you harder throws, but makes the target you must hit smaller. Miss the target slightly and the ring around your player will turn yellow, resulting in a slightly offline throw that might pull the first baseman off the bag. But miss by too much and the ring will turn red, resulting in a definite error. This is a welcome change, as errors are completely human controlled now. If you hit the target, there's little to no chance that the play will result in an error. These new controls can be switched for the familiar face button scheme, but this doesn't provide nearly the same level of satisfaction. The new pitching mechanic attempts to mimic the actual pitching motion by having the player hold the analog stick down throughout the windup, moving it up at the right release point and then up to the target. Miss the release point high or low and your ball will miss accordingly. Miss the target to the right or left, well, you get the idea. This system definitely takes some getting used to, but again, the satisfaction more than makes up for it, as there's nothing quite like watching a hitter chase a perfectly placed slider to the outside. Gotcha. The new pure batting system is really where MLB hits its stride though. The hitting system feels very fluid as you are able to time your hits by pulling back on the right stick and then pushing forward at the right moment. As with every mode in the show, this takes some getting used to, and I found myself swinging much too early in my first few at-bats. But once I got the hang of it, I felt like I had much more control than I've ever had in any recent baseball game. The Road to the Show feature returns this year and has a whole slew of improvements. It's still based around creating a player that you follow from AA all the way up to the pros, well, hopefully, but there are many welcome updates as well. First, when creating a player, you're given sliders that allow you to place your player on a spectrum of general skills from speed to power and fielding. While you'll still be pretty mediocre, it's nice to be able to start off with a little boost to the skills that are most important to you. Another subtle improvement is that it really feels like you're part of an actual organization this year. The manager gives you consistent feedback, and the road to moving up to AAA feels more fluid and less arbitrary. Also welcome is the new point system. In previous iterations, you were given specific goals for each at-bat, like hitting a single or moving a runner over, and if you didn't achieve these specific goals, you got no points. This year, you are given much broader goals that last over multiple games, such as collecting 12 total bases or upgrading certain skills, and you earn points each at-bat by having quality at-bats. Strike out on 3 straight pitches, you'll get maybe a point, but battle through 10 pitches before finally flying out, and you'll get 12. This new system makes for a much stronger playthrough where you feel like earning points is much less arbitrary. Each position in Road to the Show is pretty fun to play, and while there's not a huge difference in stepping in as a third baseman or a shortstop, being a catcher offers the ability to call for each pitch. You can still sim ahead to each of your players' interactions, but you can also choose to play an entire game watching your teammates at bats and waiting until a ball is hit your direction out in the field. The interactions are different enough to keep play from being too repetitive. There are a few minor glitches here and there with the new pure analog feature, such as when your runner is tagging up at second in Road to the Show mode, only to have the camera switch angles on you at the last moment and make it so if you press in the direction that was third base, it now keeps you on second, resulting in a very late jump and a probable out. The show's franchise mode can be described in one word: depth. Almost every aspect from Major League Baseball makes its way into the franchise mode, and while this isn't anything new, it's still very welcome to hardcore baseball enthusiasts. In fact, one could have a very good time simming through the season and treating the game more like a management simulator, since the game gives you control over everything from player contracts and movement to marketing, ticket prices, and drafting. The game is so deep that it actually can be quite intimidating to anyone not well versed in the finer points of a major league contract negotiation. Arbitration, anybody? But not to worry, as the computer can automatically handle everything for you, from keeping your rosters up to date to drafting players for you. The graphics in MLB 11 are still amazing, featuring every major league stadium in stunning realism, as well as outstanding new facial animation that features some of the best rendered faces a baseball game has ever seen. The animations feel fluid, and I've had more than one instance where a coworker came over because they thought I was watching an actual baseball game. The sound quality is equally as fantastic, with amazing clarity and lifelike crowds. The only blight on the sound mix is the commentary, which still lacks flair and excitement. The commentators do a passable job of keeping the info coming, but don't really add anything to the ambience of the game. The game also features PlayStation Move control, but this is only available in the Home Run Derby mode. This is understandable, as it would be hard to control the base runners while batting with the move. But the controls are pretty cool, featuring exact one-to-one motion, and figuring out a way to utilize this in at least the Road to the Show mode would be a very welcome addition next year. Lastly, the game features a new co-op mode that allows you to team up with a friend to play matches. This works pretty well, allowing you to divvy up which positions each player will play, and I found it to be a very fun and interesting feature.
All in all, MLB 11 The Show continues the series tradition of being the deepest and most realistic baseball game available today. With stunning graphics and the all-new analog controls, MLB 11 provides a worthy reason to purchase the latest installment of this amazing series for more than just a roster update, and I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5. Damn it, I said toss it!